Okay, starting off, some of you are gonna say, AmmoTax, there's nothing you can teach me about modifying my AR-15, especially for under $5. And I wanna say, yes, there is. I wanna tell you a quick story, and that is, I was in a gun store the other day talking to the guys who were talking about shooting under suppressed, and they were talking about gas busters, this, that, and the other, all the ways to mitigate the gas system from a suppressor. And I mentioned that I do blank. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, I've done it for years. It cuts the gas down. You know, if you have a service rifle you want to cut the gas down on, you just take yours, throw it in there, and call it a day, and it cuts out, I would say, a good 60% of the gas. And they were just blown away by that. But if you want to know what that is, you're going to have to wait till the end. We are talking about 5 budget modifications when it comes to your AR. So starting off with number 1. So number 1, right? We're going to go down here, and I'm just going to open up my little pouch here. And since this is a completely stock weapon system with no optics or anything, this one's gonna be hard to show you. But we can, you know, if we wanted to, we could mark the suppressor to see if it's gonna walk, and we don't have to grab it and make sure it's nice and tight. Just check to make sure things walk. You'd also wanna do witness marks on, you know, your freaking optics, mounts, you know, your freaking lambs, whatever you need witness marked, you could witness mark to make sure those aren't walking. I guess you could do that with your optic if you know your optic is zeroed. You can go ahead and mark those. A bonus one, if you have a magazine that has a little compartment here, you can throw your zeroing target with the date on it so you know when the last time you've zeroed your weapon system, in case you're prone to forgetting those things. Now, that's a simple one, but don't cut off because there's a lot more. Number 2. What is number 2 gonna be? AmmoTax, what can you teach me that I don't already know? I knew about witness marks, and that's gonna be taping your muzzle. If you're in the military, you've probably seen this done or have done it yourself, and that is as simple as, you see a lot of people with electrical tape on their kits used to, you know, fix bags, close up MRE containers, but a good reason to carry tape on your kit is, we are running suppressed here, but what we can do is we'll take this, bring it over the muzzle, wrap again, take it, boom, wrap it again, and then we'll call it a day. And what does that do, AmmoTax? Well, that is to keep you from doing something silly like pressing your weapon system into the dirt. It keeps the dirt out of the barrel to make sure your weapon doesn't explode on you. That being said, we are talking about the muzzle and just keeping dirt, debris, and stuff out of there. Some people will say, you can't shoot this tape off, it's dangerous, blah, 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 blah. You most certainly can. And if you actually have a little bit of hesitation, you can take your pin and poke a little hole in there if that makes you feel more comfortable. Now, let's go on to what? Number 3. And number 3 is going to be paint, right? So you can see here, when I painted this pistol, this AR-15, I didn't tape anything off. I didn't secure anything. A lot of people say, you know, you wanna tape off this or tape this off. It's an AR-15, and AR-15 is a sealed system. So pretty much I just rattle can that thing, and then I took a little bit of sandpaper to give it that worn finish. That did run a little bit over $5, but don't worry, the next one is practically free. Okay, so what is number 4, AmmoTax? This video is running very, very quick because I don't want to take up too much of your time. So number 4 is going to be something that if you're an actual shooter or you have to use, you know, USGI mag pouches like this one on my fanny, is going to be running paracord like so on your ammunition, you know, carrying devices. So when you run it through this tab here, just in a simple loop, it does not affect the reliability, the capacity. It doesn't affect anything, but it does give you a point to grab that magazine out of those deeper pouches. Like this PMag, once again, it's tape and paracord. So you tie 2 knots right on each side, and then you tape it down tight, and it will secure this magazine. Guys, if you haven't liked, commented, and subscribed yet, I can't help you. I just can't. The thing with that is you're not liking, commenting, and subscribing, which I'm gonna get demonetized on this video, so I'm spending all this time editing, filming, and showing you all these tricks and tips, barely getting pushed in the algorithm because you guys aren't liking, commenting, and subscribing. So go ahead, hit that button, help a brother out, help a brother grow in 2 different ways, if you know what I mean. Now let's go into number 5, the real reason why you clicked this video. I'm gonna go ahead and skip to where this thing is completely ripped apart. Okay, now that it is completely disassembled, you'd say Ammotex. This is a completely normal, USGI mil-spec charging handle. There's nothing crazy, no voodoo going on here, and that is where you're wrong.
Wrong.
What you want to do is you want to degrease this, rough up the surface just a tiny bit, and then go ahead and run a bead of silicone right on the very end of this charging handle, and then right on the end, on the back portion here. Ammotex, what does that do? That stops most of the gas from hitting your face. And some of you are gonna say, hey, Ammotex, there's charging handles out there that have little slits in there. They're a little rougher to catch that debris and dirt. They're not good. Don't waste your money on it. Don't go waste getting a big freaking charging handle that's gonna catch on your kit. It's gonna snag, it's gonna knock your bolt out of battery after you've shot 500 rounds through it and haven't cleaned it. All you need to do to knock down about 60% of the gas going into your face is this silicone method. Some of you aren't gonna believe me, and I wish I would have videoed this, but a buddy of mine spent about $5 grand on an AR-15. Granted, some of that was with optics and his lamb on top of his rifle, but a thing he did is got an adjustable gas system, got a nice proprietary bolt that's supposed to get rid of most of the gas. He comes out here and shoots it and is getting all kinds of gas in the face. And then he shoots my rifle and goes, what the hell? And I tell him, go home, put some silicone right on that charging handle and call it a day. It's no crazy magic. There's no thousands of dollars wasted trying to stop all this gas from hitting you in the face. It's literally a $5 tube of silicone, run a bead, call it a day. Some of you won't even have to buy it. You'll just have to reach underneath the kitchen sink. But yes, that is my #1 pro tip shooting suppressed, is running just a small bead of silicone right in that U, and then same thing underneath here, and it'll catch most of that gas and shove it out that ejection port. If this helped you, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, boost me up in the algorithm, show your bros simple ways to modify your kit and look like, a freaking expert and professional out at that range. Other than that, guys, get off my range.